If y'all didn't know, I'm a big anime fan, so let's see what fall 2022 anime is going to bring us.
Club, bottle full of bug, mama, I got what you need if you need to feel a buzz. I'm into having sex, I ain't into making love, so come give me a hug if you're into getting rough. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bug, mama, I got what you need.
Alright, let's get it. This is just top 10 most anticipated new fall 2022 anime. Because we finna be eating this fall. This fall, we finna have packed on. We're gonna be packed on shows. Let's go.
With fall right around the corner, no doubt you guys are looking for something to watch. Have no fear, because I'm here to help. In today's video, I'm going to be guiding you through what I think are the 10 most anticipated new anime coming this fall. Now at this point, it's already a shoo-in as to what are going to be the top shows in terms of popularity. But who knows, you might also find something to watch in the other titles that I'm going to feature. Let's begin. Opening the list is I somehow became stronger by raising farming related skills.
Okay, first off, Rip, the animes with the long titles, they be hitting. They be hitting. The time I got reincarnated as a slime, that is a long title. It was a banger though. Like,
it seems to be a staple in isekai or just the billion medieval RPG-like fantasy anime these days.
another OP character. Let's go. I love it.
One mundane skill proves to be the key to unlocking a whole slew of possibilities. Such is the case for Alwyn, a young man who's the best at farming. Yes, farming. And he's so good that
He's the best at farming. I already know this is going to be lit. This is going to be a good anime. I'm already knowing.
he's maxed his skills out, but we have
When it's the random things, for some reason those animes hit.
to wonder what awaits at the pinnacle of those abilities. All we know is at the end of it all, Al just wants to return to his life as a normal farmer, not to defeat demon lords by the power of holy carrots. Huh. What? Yeah, you heard that right. Rune Factory in an anime, everyone.
OP.
Quite a niche show so far, but a decent number of people seem to be interested
Farmers right now are like, we up.
in this, if website metrics are to be believed. Who knows, maybe you'll be here for the funny and comfy while relishing in the OP hero and harem, because we all know that's where it's headed.
Of course it's a harem.
We proceed with more than a married couple, but not lovers. That title's actually pretty deceptive, yet quite telling of the premise. You see, the story takes place in a school with a mandatory couple practical course, which puts them in fake husband
So obviously there's not been a lot of visuals thrown out.
and wife relationships under surveillance. Now, it sounds like a dream come true to teen romantics out there, but there is a problem. People get grouped randomly. So now we have Jiro finding himself paired with his polar opposite Akari. The arrangement is also to the dismay of the girl, who has a crush of her own.
I'm a sucker for romance animes. Like, I be sitting in my bed like this with my blanket. I be like, I'm gonna watch it up. Call me whatever you want. Sassy, I don't care. The drama animes, the romance animes be hitting. Yeah, don't tell me y'all didn't cry when you watched Your Lie in April. Golden Time. Fruits Basket. Come on, man.
That she's just missed out on. Said guy Minami ends up being partnered with Shiori, the girl Jiro wanted to be with. Things got quite dicey, didn't they? But there's still hope for all these hopeless romantics.
Oh, look at
After
them,
all,
cute.
excelling in the course will allow them to swap partners, so it's time for a lot of shenanigans in order to reach the top and come out with the happy ending. So what we have here is a comedic situation reminiscent of all those Nisekoi-like titles of fake relationships. Then add the Dora Dora setup if you're old enough to remember that show. Looks to be the mandatory seasonal rom-com, and fans of the genre will have something to look forward to this fall.
Romance comedies hit.
Next, we take a look at Beast Tamer.
この世界には最強種と呼ばれる規格外の力を持つ存在がいる。
And yes, a tongue twister of a title that's become customary to these light novel adaptations. Beast Tamer takes place in a fantasy world where we get to meet Reen Shroud. Reen goes on adventures with a party, but unfortunately he falls to crippling over-specialization. Seeing as all he's good at is taming animals, his party kicks him out unceremoniously. But as one door closes, more are opened. Reen finds himself now living freely as an adventurer and burdened by people, while his old party remain unaware how integral he was to their success.
One thing about animes, I will not get tired of these same tropes. The amount of times fantasy story character does not have a great unique skill. He ends up getting kicked out of the group that he's in, and then he has to go off on his own. He finds out he meets out another group. For some reason, they work well together. All of a sudden, there's like 2 or 3 women who fall in love with him. Usually, one of them doesn't really realize that they're falling in love with him, and then that's the one that he doesn't pay attention to. But all the other women feel like he gives more attention to the one who doesn't know that they're falling in love with him. Hey, same thing every time. I'm still watching it.
One day, he meets a girl from a cat tribe and a new adventure begins, one that's going to take him through the glorious road to redemption. Now this seems to be a fun high fantasy show that somehow gives me
Watch.
him through the glorious road to redemption. Now this seems to be a
Her right there, she don't want to admit that she like him. I feel like that's the one right there.
fun high fantasy show that somehow gives me
It's always the one that's a little bit more aggressive.
hero vibes. Maybe it's the outcast protagonist and beastkin female lead. Maybe it's because Mad Kid is also doing the opening. Either way, it should be a nice watch if you're up for
It's 4?
some underdog glow-up stories.
私レインの使い魔なのに全然役に立ててない
そんなことないさ。
アリさんミッケー
Now it's Shinobi no Itoki's turn.
Oh, did I go back? So for me, that's a maybe. We'll see. If it comes along and I end up watching it, who knows?
そんなことないさ。
アリさんミッケー
Now it's Shinobi no Itoki's turn.
裏切り者がいるのは間違いないかと。
Talk about a mixed bag of expectations. The whole
Shinobi no Itoki.
ninja
Action.
in modern society thing isn't too common, but the 2 released
Okay, new trope. New trope. I love new tropes too. The old ones, they might be recycled, but I still love watching them. But ninja in modern society.
key visuals give a wide spectrum of expectations. You've got the gritty looking one, and then you've got the one that looks like a rom-com. And those certainly set an interesting dynamic with the contrast. I do really wonder what we've got on our hands this time. This is the story of ordinary boy Itoki finding out about his lineage to the Iga ninja clan, and it's this lineage that sets him on a track to learning the way of the ninja. Along with that goes a long conflict between 2 ninja clans, the Iga and the Goga. Itoki must quickly up his skills if he hopes to survive the merciless world of rivaling factions. Now this one's an original anime, so we've got no source material to base from. Still, I do
Oh, original anime.
think it's going to be a surprise hit with a small but dedicated fan base. The story has some potential, and with the studio that worked on shows like Recreators at the helm, I think we're definitely going to be in for some fun.
やりたいようにやるよ。
Urusei Yatsura is here to join the fun too.
こんな生活もう嫌じゃ。
ここでくだ
Another anime with a guy who can see spirits. He has one friend that's super close that happens to be a female. He probably has a weak power. Let's see if I guessed it right.
If you were to ask me which classic titles I'd want to get remade after the industry started
I've not read the manga at all, so I'm really guessing right now.
doing it to old favorites like Dororo over the past few years, then I wouldn't have immediately thought of Urusei Yatsura. The Rumiko Takahashi classic has been one of the more influential titles in the early days of anime, specifically in commonplace concepts of modern anime pop culture like the fan service and the waifu culture. It's got the rom-com tropes, the mix between the fantastical and mundane, and a slew of cute original designs, all of which should make the show very at home in a modern context as far as anime culture is concerned. A whimsical and charming show that set the foundation for a lot of modern anime, Urusei Yatsura is something that you might want to check out.
ダーリンうち一生離れないっちゃ
Did not tell me anything about the story at all.
I'm getting excited waiting for these
Hey, Bleach, we in there.
awesome fall anime, and I can't wait to share more of them with you. To do that, me and my team have been working extra hard to create these videos for you to watch. Converter is the hack convey with
W ad,
compatibility,
but
trim,
I
and
saw it
program
coming.
titration thing. It's all started on
As soon as he said me and my team, I was like, yep, ad coming.
あれが
It's not my ad though.
こうお母さんとうとう来たよ
A Gundam.
such a storied franchise with a long legacy to speak of. Remember when it was super popular a couple of
I've only watched like one Gundam type of anime, or I should say mecha anime. It was not Gundam.
decades ago? The franchise has had varying amounts of success recently, but not to the extent that it did way back. The Witch from Mercury looks pretty promising. A generally...
Actually, I watched a couple, but mecha anime has never really interested me as much. Like, I'll get into them and then I'll drop them, but I'll never pick them back up. It's just never interested me to pick them back up, so...
standalone series, Witch from Mercury seems to take cues from the classic series and explores new frontiers. Starring Suletta Mercury, the story revolves around her enrollment to the Asticasia School of Technology, where brand new adventures await her. From the prologue, it seems that the franchise is going the direction that it hasn't gone before. First, a full-time female protagonist in a story that seems to be going for mecha sentience, and second, a heavy emphasis on mecha-human relationship, kind of like Evangelion. Will this be the magic series that will bring Gundam back to the forefront? Given the recent trends with mecha anime in general, my early hunch is a no. That doesn't make it any less of a show. Who knows? You might fall in love with mecha anime or the Gundam franchise after watching it, and if you do so, then the show's done its job.
We'll see.
Reincarnated as a Sword is set to make its debut this fall too.
I've not seen season
People
1.
reincarnate into all sorts of things already.
Did they say
It's
season
like
2?
The authors just don't seem to run out of ideas. How about pushing the envelope further and having a protagonist reincarnated as a sword? Yeah, sounds about right, doesn't it? And it's being reincarnated as a sword that allows our protagonist, eventually christened Shisho, to save Catgirl Fran. It's also from Fran where the protagonist learns about the history of the Black Cats and the cruel fate that Fran aims to save the tribe from. After showing off their respective prowess, the unlikely duo set forth in a quest to liberate the Black Cats. Overall, it's a very promising show that seems focused on partner growth and
That shot was crazy. Hold on.
to liberate the
Well,
Black
that
Cats.
animation.
Overall, it's a very promising show that seems focused on partner growth and adventure. And you know what? It looks to be my jam. And looking at the excitement from social media, a number of people also think so too. Can't wait to see how the two will get to learn from each other in their quest against the world.
俺は人生をかけて、いや、権勢をかけて、この子を強くしてやろうと思う。
Following that, how about some fantasy goodness in The Eminence of Shadow?
きっかけが何だったかは覚えていない。ただ物心ついた頃にはもう憧れていた。誰もが子供の頃にヒーローに憧れるように、そうなりたいと思った。影の実力者に。
Power fantasies and self-insertion are a thing for us anime fans, right? But how about letting your imagination run wild so that you end up being reincarnated into the world of your dreams as the master overlord you've always dreamed to be? With girls to fight for you and do your bidding while you sit back and play the mastermind, the puppet master of the whole world. And bring those evil...
Call me crazy. But ain't that... Nah, I ain't finna say it. I'm
cult
fine.
guys from your imagination into this world too. Wait, what? That, my friends, is the Eminence of Shadow in a nutshell. It's a concept that's rather fresh when you look at it premise-wise, and it surely will get its set of fans. I mean, the dark atmosphere, the...
I was just gonna say that was very misogyny. A man leading a group of women. Hey, it's anime though. I'ma still watch it. I don't know if I'll actually watch it, but I still watch it.
pretty visuals, the attractive characters and so forth. I'm seeing this as the go-to show for isekai enthusiasts this season. It's toony, it's entertaining, and it's got a strong cast of popular voice actors, so it's just perfect. We head towards the end of the list. How about taking a look at Blue Lock?
俺は夢を諦める理由を探しにブルーロックに来た。お前に俺の何がわかんだよ。
Oh, is this
Sports anime,
the...
while not as commonplace as battle shows or rom-coms, are still relatively plenty. However, it's not every day you see something like Blue Lock get green-lit. While most sports shows emphasize teamwork, friendship, or a lot of those elements of camaraderie, Blue Lock seems to take the opposite direction and slams us with the harsh reality of competitive sports and the relationship between the self and the team. It's something that Yoichi learns after getting selected to join the Blue Lock project in the midst of his search for answers. The rules of the Blue Lock facility are simple enough. Defeat other strikers and become Japan's representative. The catch, though, is that once eliminated, losers will be banned from joining the national team forever. It's here that we'll find answers to his competitive spirit's questions. Perhaps the selfish play is the right play after all, he thinks. Will he be able to clear his doubts and reach the pinnacle of glory? Watch Blue Lock to find out.
ワールドカップ優勝するっていう俺のアホみたいな
I thought this already had a season.
We save the best for last as we feature Chainsaw Man.
I've heard so much about this. Like, people have been telling me read the manga, or at least wait until the anime comes out. I'm waiting for the anime to come out. If it's that good, and I finish season 1, I'll probably continue reading. It.
Undoubtedly the most anticipated new anime this fall, the Chainsaw Man hype is off the roof. The announcement way back already made waves across the community, and as we get closer and closer to airing, the anticipation has only grown. I guess Chainsaw Man needs no introduction, and the same goes as to why it's so hyped. It's the show that takes you to a very intriguing world, one seemingly devoid of the optimistic themes of the usual Shonen Jump offerings. It's dark, violent and edgy, all while packing everything into the very engaging story of devils fighting each other. It's not hard to see why Chainsaw Man's going to be so hyped, and if you're looking to catch up to speed and watch the next big thing in the world of anime, then Chainsaw Man is your pick. Take note though, when I said it's going to be intense with a lot of difficult themes, I mean it. Make no mistake, this is the Chainsaw Man season, but is it your pick for the...
Okay, so that was all new anime coming out for this fall 2022, or top anticipated. Yeah, that was a fire list, honestly. I really want to see Chainsaw Man for sure. That first romance one sounded a little interesting. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm probably gonna watch that one. And the farmer one. The farmer one, that sounded heat. That's my style. But yeah, we also got Bleach coming up, but thank you guys for watching. My camera's dying, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.